I think we're doing it.
Yep.
Yahoo! All right. After much troubleshooting, thank you so much. You're an evil genius. Um, it looks like I did not even attempt TikTok because I'm just like, okay, we're already doing enough. But we are live on Twitch and YouTube, and we're gonna build Gollum Obsessed Stalker. I'm gonna update the title because there's so many Gollums. Alan, what's up? Welcome in. All right, so I am joined today by my friend Nexus Program, who is an evil genius at building in black and builds nasties. So we have talked at length about building this deck together, and we are finally doing it. And feel free to provide your input. But we have some ideas of the direction that we want this deck. I've added just some basic things to it that are silly, and we may change them. But um, we want to build Gollum Obsessed Stalker, and if you're not familiar with Gollum, he's a 2-drop. I've been a big fan of 2-drop commanders lately. So he's a 2-drop with Skulk 1/1. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent dealt combat damage this game by a creature named Gollum Obsessed Stalker loses life equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. So we want to gain a bunch of life and deal damage with Gollum.
You know my favorite thing about him is?
What?
Other than he's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. That is first and foremost. That is the most important thing.
So, if you read the rules text on him carefully, it says dealt combat damage this game by a creature.
Yes.
So, kill him. If another player has him, all those other triggers take effect.
Okay, so even if he's in the command zone, as long as he's dealt damage to someone.
Well, I believe he needs to be on the field. A version of him needs to be on the field.
Okay, some version. I think we should put Helm of the Host in here because it doesn't have a legend rule. Yes, because it doesn't have a legend rule, and it can copy him. So if one version dies, you have multiple.
So if we do that, we definitely need to add Sword of the Myriad Sword, Sword of the Selves. You know what I'm talking about?
Sword of the
Blade of Selves.
Okay, Blade. Yeah, Blade of. It's Blade, definitely. Yeah, Myriad?
Yeah. It's a little pricey. I mean, it's 6 cost, but it
does
is very silly.
Myriad doesn't work if it's legendary.
That's why it doesn't Helm of the Host get rid of the legend rule.
Helm of the Host does, but Myriad doesn't. So if you read Helm of the Host, it says it's specifically, except the token isn't legendary. And it doesn't go away. The token is there for Evsies. Where Myriad, the token is created and then sacked at the end, but it ceases to exist if it's legendary. Myriad doesn't work unless it specifically says it's not legendary.
We need that artifact, the one that basically removes the legend rule from play.
What is it?
If we're gonna go this, I would have to look it up. I usually avoid.
Is the wording the same thing? Like token isn't legendary or isn't legendary? Maybe we can search. Advanced search.
Yeah. And can I add cards live while you're doing this too?
Yes, you can. Because you're shared on it.
What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll add the life gain loss combo.
Yeah. I figure I was like, just go ahead and do that. So when I put isn't legendary, the only thing that comes up is Helm of the Host, an uncard that's an attraction, and Coiling Rebirth, which is gift a card, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then if the gift was promised and that creature isn't legendary, create a token that's a copy of it. So based on the wording isn't legendary, Helm of the Host is the only one that says it. I know what you're saying, but I don't know what to search for.
Yeah. not letting me add card.
Yeah, I just have to refresh, like, as you're adding, I have to refresh to see what you've added, but,
Well, it doesn't even give me the option to add, so
does
is
it
it cool
not?
if I...
It should.
No, for
You're
whatever reason, it...
shared. You're shared.
I
Oh, wait,
know.
maybe? Do I have to
So,
follow
like,
you? I
missions.
followed you. I don't know. Refresh it. Try it again.
Yeah, no dice.
That's weird because every time I've shared a deck with somebody, they've been able to edit.
Yeah, and it says I'm co-author. It just won't let me edit.
That
Which
is
is strange.
very strange. Let me see. Yes, quick. I am going to do life gain with him.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's the stuff I want to
necessary.
add.
Yeah, because as long as you've dealt combat damage this game, that's the key word here. This game by him. Then anytime you gain life, your opponents that have been dealt damage by him lose that much life. So we need to focus on life gain so that we're draining people from him. And he comes out real quick. So I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a soul ring and an arcane signet. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, go for it. Can you click the little more right there? See if there's permissions.
Yeah, I was trying to find them. Change authors?
Settings,
Well,
maybe, down at the bottom?
we're both in there as authors.
Wait, go back to it.
Public.
Go to... No, go back to this, what you had a second ago. Yeah, go to change authors. Okay, at the very top. Yeah, see? You need to click that...
Oh, okay.
That button there. Yep.
Try that
Boom.
now.
Wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to add the 4 cards. Exquisite Blood,
Yeah.
Sanguine Bond,
So I
Veto.
added Aclazotz, which is whenever Aclazotz attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent discards a land, create a 1/1 bat. When it dies, return it transformed. And it's flying and lifelink. A lot of people don't always have evasion for flying. So I figured, the life gain is good, the flying is good, creating bats is good. And as it dies, it becomes a land. So I just think it's like a pretty useful card in the deck. Deep Cavern Bat, also flying in lifelink. Look at an opponent's hand and exile something from it. I thought that was a pretty good 2-drop. And Dream Drinker Vampire, also lifelink. If you put whenever you put one or more 1/1 counters on it, it gains menace. I'm not married to the vampire, but I like the vampire. And then the
I
other
think there's better
2,
ones.
yeah, there's better ones for sure, but I liked it, so I tossed it in. I like the 2-drop, put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. It gains lifelink until the end of turn. I like giving that to Gollum just to give him a bigger butt a little bit. And Alchemist Gift, target creature gains 1/1, gets +1/+1, and gains your choice of Death Touch or Lifelink until the end of turn. I like that 1-drop spell. Mirkwood
Give that a
Bats.
refresh real quick.
Refresh. Okay, yeah. Mirkwood Bats was suggested in chat. Mirkwood Bats is fun for sure.
So I added
the new combo, right?
Yeah, so you'll see on your enchantments on the side, the classic is those
Yeah,
2, Exquisite
yeah.
and Sanguine, but you
Which
can
I
swap
would
them out
100.
for
No,
Veto.
I would leave them.
Well, yeah, you want all of them.
Yeah, Veto. I like Marauding. And what's the combo with Marauding?
Bloodthirsty Conqueror.
Oh, that's it. Bloodthirsty. Okay, it's there already. So
yeah. So you're
I'm
not
gonna
going to...
okay. I'm gonna take the vampire out for now, and
Which
then
one?
the one I just talked about.
Dream Drinker?
Yeah, I took it out already, and I'm gonna add Mirkwood Bats for now.
Isn't that a token card?
Whenever you create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life. So if we're utilizing something like Aklasats to make bats or whatever,
it's got lifelink, right?
It's just flying. It's got no lifelink. I forgot to put music on, so I'm gonna do that now.
And it's 2 cost?
It is 4, actually. It's a 2/3 flyer.
I think that's a little expensive for that. I feel like the new
I'm gonna move it to considering.
Cleric. Yeah.
Starscape
Cleric.
Okay. That's a 2-drop, and it's got Offspring 3. This creature can't block. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Someone said March of Wretched Sorrow. If you have strong ramp, it can be a game ender.
For sure.
March of Wretched Sorrow. Sorry, my keyboard's really loud, but I love how tactical it is. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of black cards from your hand. The spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. It deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. It's good for life gain, yeah, for sure. Okay.
It's also, it double dips on damage, so you're gonna hit somebody, gain that life, and then deal that life again. We should add Exsanguinate for the same reason.
Exsanguinate is one I was thinking of as well.
I told you I won that. The next game I played with that Exsanguinate I got off of you, right?
Yeah. All right. Is there anything like artifact or ramp wise that we want to toss in here?
Bantu's Monument for sure.
Bantu's. Do you want to put in like a jet medallion?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to? This is a pet card for me for sure, but I toss it into every mono decks. Do you want to put a Nyx Lotus?
You put in however many pet cards you want, but I'm going to put in the equal amount.
I know. All right. I'm putting in a Nyx Lotus. Okay, if we're talking pet cards, I'm putting in a Nyx Lotus. I'm putting in Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, because that belongs in every mono. I'm putting in a Homeward Path. I'm putting in an Arcane Lighthouse, because fuck everybody else's Shroud and Hexproof. I'm putting in a...
How many cards are you putting in?
Shut the fuck up. I like mono decks, okay? I'm putting in a Commander's Plate. That's it. That's all I got.
So let me ask you something.
What?
Because
I love Gilded Lotus. I'm so glad. Aaron on YouTube said Gilded Lotus, and I fucking love Gilded Lotus, and I feel like it's underappreciated. So... I'm a Gilded Lotus fan. I have it in multiple decks. I think it's a beautiful card, and I think it's so useful. I love it. But also, there's that new one in Aether Drift, that really fucking broken one. God, I'm gonna find it. I can't remember the name of it. Did you see it?
No.
Oh my god. It is, like... If we're making any kind of, like, treasure or food or like any kind of anything, you basically, like, anything you sack taps for 3 mana of 1 color. And like if you have like 10 treasures and you sack them all, that's 30 mana. So if we're doing X spells, like, it's insane. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How frequently do you play blue?
Not very.
How frequently do you leave at least a mana open?
Never.
Okay. Because since Gollum is so cheap, he's not going to be as big of a target, at least initially, until you
not
start doing some
initially. Right. Okay.
So instead of doing something like...
All right, I'm gonna toss in a Gilded. I'm not married to it in this deck, but I'm gonna toss in a Gilded.
Well, hold on. So instead of doing something like Commander Plate, which when you put it on the board, people, not only are you spending mana for it, but it's a board state. People are going to be eyeing that up. What
Yeah.
if you go the route of Not Dead After All, Feigned Death, Armor of Shadows?
Okay, well, you slow it down. Put it in the deck.
Well, like those are do you know those cards? They're mono black.
Yeah, I mean, I know some of them, not all of them, because I don't play as much black as you do. That's for sure. Which is why
So
you're here.
They're the one cost instance that basically, like, if something dies, you back or you give
Yeah,
it
yeah.
destructible. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you suggesting we toss in here? And thank you, Aaron.
Right now.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron, for saying you like my overlay. I feel like it's so old now, and I was actually thinking of updating it, but I'm like, I love it so much that I haven't yet. But thank you. Radiant Lotus is the new one, by the way. So I'm gonna pull it up for anybody who hasn't seen it. Yeah, it's a beefy boy. It costs 6 to get out, but you tap it and sacrifice 1 or more artifacts, choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacrificed this way, which is bananas. It's really fucking broken, but only if you're making hella artifacts. Are there any lands that you would like, do you want to add, like, a Rogue's Passage? Do you want to add a Reliquary Tower? Do you want to add, like, what lands? I assume Bojuka Bog.
Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth.
Urborg?
Yeah.
Okay, that's in there? No Bojuka?
You've definitely been, yeah.
Okay.
Rogue's Passage would be fun.
Yeah.
It's the unblockable, right?
Yes, it is.
1 second.
Sword of Light and Shadow to protect Gollum from white. Someone suggests. I mean, there are so many swords. We could always go we could also go Sword of the Animus to, like, get lands. Cabal Coffers, yeah. That's a good one. Do you want to put a Dark Ritual in here?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like, what are our musts? We don't... Okay, so someone asked what kind of budget. We don't really... we don't really have a budget, but that's because we probably have at least 1 copy of all of these cards. So, there's nothing that we would put in here that we either don't already have or can't obtain because it's, like, the one thing we're missing, So, we don't really have a budget. We're not looking to go into, like, 10,000s, like CEDH level, but we don't really have a budget when we're building. We're just building for, like, the sake of it, Like, we want to build the best possible deck, and we'll eventually put it in paper. Phyrexian Tower, yay or nay?
Yes. Okay. Love that card.
Are we looking at any altars? Are we looking at any...
Can you add Tendrils of Corruption?
Tendrils of Corruption.
Before I forget.
Yes.
That's why we're doing Urborg.
Someone followed me. Mented! Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Hello. Thank you for being here. Help us build this. Someone is suggesting Vamp Demonic Imperial Seal. Strip Mine and Wasteland. I do like Wasteland. So
I like Strip Mine too.
Wasteland, I'm not even gonna argue. Okay, Strip Mine.
I'm adding Creeping Bloodsucker.
Do you want Feed the Swarm?
Yes, I love that card.
What good are you? Chat is doing all your heavy lifting.
Refresh. You'll see that I'm doing some work of my own.
I'll refresh.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
up to date. Okay,
we've
got stuff. We got stuff. We're like half the way in. All right. So Vamp.
Hover over your instance real quick. I'll walk you through what I added.
Vamp Demonic and Imperial Seal before it gets buried in chat. Vamp Demonic Imperial Seal. How do you feel about them?
Uh,
I think tutors are useful. I feel like Vamp and Demonic are good.
I feel like we should add only.
Only one, you say?
Yeah,
Which?
and I feel like it's more thematic for us to stick with vampire because we're gonna have a bunch of vampires in the deck.
Okay. Vampiric
And Vampire
Tutor.
loves
Are
to
you
see
wanting
target.
the Imp Seal?
Put it as under considering.
Okay. I'm gonna toss it in, and if we take it out later, fine. Feed the Swarm, Withering Torment, Orcish Bowmasters, Cryptghast.
Feed the swarm for sure.
Do we not have that already? I feel like we must have. I feel like I can't believe
Oh,
missed
we have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew we had it. Okay, Withering Torment.
Yes, for sure. We definitely do that. That's like one of your
Orcish
game endings.
Bowmasters.
Yeah. So for your instance, Armor Shadows, Feign Death, Not Dead After All, Orcish Medicine, and Undying Evil are all protection for Gollum. So those are all pretty much one cost with the exception of Orcish Medicine.
Do you not want any additional artifacts to protect? I know you're a big fan of the boots.
Yeah, you know, I was gonna say you should scrap Commander's Plate for Lightning
How
Greaves.
dare you? How dare?
It
How?
costs you 4 to equip it, and it
No,
makes
it
him
doesn't.
stronger. You pay 1 and then you pay 3. It makes him
Yeah.
stronger, so then he doesn't get benefit from Skulk.
Yes, he does. He still does.
Well,
But then he can't be blocked by anything but black.
isn't black like the most common color in Magic decks?
Shh, you're so pretty. I don't play against that many blacks, honestly. Like, I feel like black is often like a mixed color or a splashed in, but I don't really play against a lot of mono black, to be fair. I feel like I play a lot of like Gruul and green and blue decks and things like that. So
hear me out though, because the Lightning Greaves will give it Shroud and Haste. You don't need to do anything with it if it gets targeted.
You love the fucking boots, man. Oh my god, you're such
in this deck. I would actually do
slutty boot wearer.
I would do Swiftfoot because we have a bunch of instances where we're gonna want to target him in case he gets hit with a board.
All right.
And that'll cost you 3 instead of 4.
I can't believe you said add whatever pet cards, and now you're making me take out a Commander's Plate. How dare!
It's so overkill for a 2-cost 1/1.
Perfect, I say. Perfect. Someone is suggesting Gary.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What the fuck is Gary's name? Yeah, Gray Merchant of Asphodel, right? Merchant of As.
If we want ramp, we should add Cryptghast.
It's in there.
Okay.
Enduring Tenacity. It is whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life.
That's the new one from
the snake glimmer.
Yeah, I put that in my life gain deck that's sitting right next to me.
Oh, so you're just building like, you know, the same old shit that you always build? Whatever.
Nah, well, no, not quite.
Card draw for Phyrexian Arena. Did we put Arena in here?
We should add that and Black Market.
And Black Market, which one?
Connections.
Connections, okay. All right. Tis in there.
Is it Erebos' whip? Whip of Erebos?
Yeah, Erebos. Yeah, Erebos.
The lifelink.
It's Whip of Erebos, I think. Yeah, Whip of Erebos. Creatures you control have lifelink.
That one.
Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Okay. Solemn? Do we want a Solemn? A sad robot?
Yeah, I love me a sad robot.
Thank you, Sean. Solemn simulacrum. That's such a good word.
We're playing Life Gain, yeah?
Yeah. That's the plan.
Alhammerit's Archive.
Oh, yes. I love that card. Alhammerit's Archive. It's A. Yeah, I knew there was something. Starscape Cleric. Someone is suggesting. Starscape.
Yes. That's
Cleric.
the bat I told you about.
Oh, it's in there. It's in there already.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That bat is Chef's Kiss, so good.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh in case you've added stuff. We're at 57 main, and we only have 10 lands, so we haven't filled the lands yet.
We'll come back to worry about it. Staff of the Death Magus.
Okay. Tis in there. When I recast
Basilisk Collar.
Oh, I love Basilisk Collar. I love the collar, and I love the fucking hammer. The Colossus hammer.
Do you want to add... I don't know. I was going to say Wound Reflection, but I feel like that's a win more card.
I'm fine with that. All right.
Magus, the Meat Hook.
Magus of the Coffers, Toxic Deluge, Bolus, and Keurig is suggested.
Yeah, all of them.
Okay,
all of those.
So Magus of the Coffers. Aaron, thank you so much for your suggestions. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Toxic Deluge. I love a Bola Citadel. Like, so much. Ugh! I can't find Keurig. Does it need the apostrophe?
It needs the apostrophe, yeah.
It's still not finding it. How the fuck is it spelled?
Is it K dash?
It's K apostrophe for sure, but it's not finding it.
K apostrophe R-R-I-K.
R-R, that's it. Okay. I was putting 2 I's. Okay.
Did we add Wound Reflection?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's in there now.
Perfect. Look at link. Oh, we should do Cabal Coffers, for sure.
It's in there, no? Cool. Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're at 64 main, and we still need to add, like, 20 lands. Are there any lands that you're really wanting? Like, I'm a big fan of, gosh, what's that? Like, Shizo, Death Storehouse. It's, target legendary creature gains fear until the end of turn. Or just adds 1 black mana. I just feel like it's pretty useful.
I feel like Minas Morgul Dark Fortress is a slightly better version of that.
Well, I'll add them both. It's not like it taps for colorless. It still taps for black.
Yeah, true.
Oh, now there's 2 Cabal Coffers. Hold on. Alright, we're good. Minas Morgul. Did I not? I swore I added it.
I always like Myriad Landscape.
Wait. It says it's in there. Is that... Oh, Minas Morgul Dark Fortress. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, because Minas Morgul is just Cabal Coffers, and it added a second Cabal Coffers, you know?
Yeah, it's the Dark Fortress.
It's the Dark Fortress.
That was in the fancy...
Got you. Yeah, the box toppers. Okay, so... I think we're pretty good with, like, non-basic lands, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add swamps as
I
placeholders.
just did.
Did you? Look at
Look
you. Basically,
at
like, reading my mind or whatever.
refresh and look at the card we picked.
Aw, Mordor!
Isn't it perfect?
It's so perfect. I love it. Okay, so that's another thing. I added the One Ring, but do we want any, like, Lord of the Rings special, like, flavorful cards that make this deck, like, more on theme? So we have the One Ring, we have Orcish Medicine, we have Orcish Bowmasters, but, like, is there anything Lord of the Rings that we want to toss in here just for flavor?
I need to go do a look, because normally when I think Lord of the Rings cards, I just immediately default to Nazgul. But
Yeah.
Nazgul doesn't have synergy with life gain.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything for us here. How many lands total do we want to have? 33, 34?
I have it at 34 right now.
Oh, did you add the swamps already? I thought you just added one, because I just added a fuck ton. Okay. All right. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just added a lot, so it's not showing up. Okay, it didn't double do it, I guess. Okay, so 34.
I'm gonna say 34. It's gonna be a little tight.
No, because I feel like our curve is pretty low, with the exception of like X spells.
I don't know. We have 8 permanents that cost 5.
Where is it? That doesn't seem that bad. Doesn't seem that bad. And we can always go in and edit, but
if we get Cabal Coffers out or something like that, we're
yeah.
Or Cryptghast, you know?
Yeah. All right, well, we're looking like we have space for 12 more cards.
So I think we need 5 creatures at minimum.
Do we have enough removal?
No.
Okay, so let's think of that. We do have
we need a board
Deluge.
Some variety.
We do have Deluge. You talked about Meat Hook, but we didn't put it in. Do you want to put Meat Hook in?
I love Meat Hook because it sticks around afterwards and it gives us life gain.
1, right? Meat Hook 1?
Yeah, 1.
Okay. Ugh, it automatically put 2. I'm gonna have to search. Okay, Meat Hook Massacre 1. Are there any fun, like Aclosats, like these big beefy boys that kind of do, like, double duty or transform? Like, are there any other big fun baddies that we want to throw in here?
If you want to be a monster, you could throw an Unstoppable Slasher.
Oh, Michael, I love Cage Sun. Cage Sun is a great card. I love that. It's great in mono decks. But it is an artifact, and I don't know how you feel about that. It is, you choose a color. Creatures you control of the chosen color get +1/+1 whenever a land's ability causes you to add 1 or more mana of the chosen color. Add 1 additional mana of that color. I'm tossing it in for now.
Yeah,
because we have the space for it.
A few creatures.
Okay, we are at...
Give it a quick refresh.
94.
All right, perfect. I want to add like 2 or 3 more creatures. I'm just...
Shard of Nightbringer is like $1 bajillion. Look at it. 8 mana? Why don't you just put Toxrill?
I mean, we could.
I was just kidding. I take it back. We can. It's got blue in it. We can't make use of the blue ability.
I was thinking like cheapy vampires that are like 2 costs with flying and lifelink.
Yeah, we need some lower. Yeah, if we can look at. All right. So first of all, do we have enough with Toxic Deluge and Meat Hook? Are we satisfied with like board wipe?
Do we have enough destroy permanent?
We don't. That's the thing. We don't have enough removal. Anna, what is up? Welcome to the chat. We are building Gollum Obsessed Stalker, and what it is It has Skulk, can't be blocked by creatures with greater power, and it's a 1/1. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent dealt combat damage this game. That's the key word here. Any opponent who has been dealt any combat damage by Gollum will lose life equal to the amount of life that we have gained this turn. So we just need to get him out fast, deal the damage, pew pew pew, and keep him on the board and gain a bunch of life to drain people of life. So we are team building this nasty little guy, and we are nearly there. We are 6 cards away, but it is mono black, and we need some targeted removal. We have some, like, a couple board wipe things, but we need some targeted removal, and we could use a couple lower cost creatures.
I think we should add Infernal Grasp. Do we have that?
I don't think so.
Because we're going to be getting life, so the extra cost of 2 life, not a big deal.
Okay.
Maybe also Deadly Rollick. I mean, that just gets rid of a creature.
I like Deadly Rollick. It's a little costly, though.
It's going to be free because we're going to have Gollum out.
Oh, okay. True.
And we have like 4 instants to ensure that Gollum stays out. Not to mention boots and other things.
Stupid boots. Did we even put the boots in here? Yeah, we did. Stupid boots.
We did Lightning Greaves and not... Or
no, Swiftfoot. Yeah, Swiftfoot's in here.
We don't want to give it... It seems convoluted, but normally you would go the Shroud route.
We did the Taylor Swiftfoot boots. I got that altar, by the way. So any Swiftfoot boots I have is like Taylor Swift's feet. It's like Taylor Swiftfoot boots. Not her real, like, bare naked feet. It's like her in boots and, like, on stage. I'm not that weird, but, like, it's it's called Taylor Swiftfoot boots, and it's like her in boots. So dumb.
Oh, I know. Okay, I know the 2 creatures that we should throw in. Vampire of the Dire Moon.
Okay. Vampire of the Dire Moon.
And Null Priest of Oblivion.
Oh, Null Priest is good, yeah.
Because that's good early and late game.
Yeah.
And it's hard to beat the value on that one cheapy vampire.
All right, we've got 2 spaces left, and in considering we have 2 cards, we put in Mirkwood Bats and Commander's Plate, which Mirkwood Bats we won't get much use out of because we're not creating any tokens in this. So it's not working out for that deck. But yeah, we have 2 spaces, and if we run into something like where we really were like, oh my god, we need to put this in, we could always swap out the Gilded Lotus or the Caged Sun, though they are really useful in this deck. So it would have to be something
maybe
special.
Vampire Cutthroat as one of them. Another cheapy vampire that's going to give us lifelink.
Vampire Cutthroat.
Yeah, it's one word.
Yeah. It's in there. All right, one more. And I have a deck I want you to help me with, but it's mono blue. So we could build that next, if you got a little time.
See, just a minute. Let's see.
Anna, I forgot what deck I put the Swiftfoot Boots in, but it's in something that has a bunch of, like, altars. It might be...
Night's Whisper. Get us some card draw.
Night's Whisper. All right, let me check. Night's Whisper. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of card draw, so that's another concern. But we're at 100.
It's, I think this could work pretty decently.
Yeah. Are you happy with it?
I am. This would be fun to play.
Okie dokie. And, okay, if I swap it to cheapest printing of every card, we're looking at $712 for the entire deck. And that's including pretty expensive lands. Like a bulk of our, like, Cabal Coffers is $17. Homeward Path is 12. Minas Morgul is 14. Nykthos is 38. So really, like, a bulk of our cost is in the land base.
And
But
the swamps are like $3 a piece.
well, I don't know why it's because you chose the specific
Yeah, yeah.
But otherwise, it would
That's
probably
$50 in land.
yeah, so stupid. But if we did not choose these lands, it would not be nearly as costly of a deck. It wouldn't be that much.
What would it come out to? Like $200?
I wouldn't say that low, but if we take the land base out, well, all right, 4, 5, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 34, 47, 48,
Yeah, there's a handful of $30, $40 cards.
80,
Is Imperial
96,
Seal the most pricey one?
96, 116, 120, 130, 216 times 21.
This would be on the higher power side of casual.
Lands alone are roughly $235.
Yeah. Okay.
Including the stupid swamps that we put in. But like Exquisite Blood is $15 and Meat Hook is $22. So there's like a card here or there that's high cost, but lands alone, if we took out the lands, we're saving $235. So 712 minus 235, we're $477. So lands aside, we're looking at like a roughly $450 deck.
It's not bad at all.
All in, yeah.
For Commander, anyway.
Yeah, right?
This would be on the higher side of casual as far as power level.
Yeah, I would agree. And I'm always impressed when a higher casual deck is under 1,000. So I'm still happy with it at its current price and what we've chosen. Okay. Do you want to build the next one with me?
I do, but I unfortunately need to run.
How dare!
I'll message you. I'm dealing with some family health concerns.
Oh, well.
So I gotta make sure everything's okay.
Sounds like
grandmother's not doing great.
Oh no. Well, keep me posted and message me. I am going to attempt to build a mono blue, once again, 2-drop commander that deals with wizards. I want to build.
It's gonna be so much fun.
I want to build Naban so bad. So I don't know. I haven't built a mono blue since my first deck ever. So this is gonna be like crazy. And there are so many wizards. I'm overwhelmed by the options. So, I can't wait to send you a list that's like 160 wizards, and then I'm gonna be like, help me cut this.
Oh, good.
All right, take care of your stuff. Thank you for helping me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll chat soon. Bye. All right. So my friend is gone, but we are going to keep building because this has been on my to-do list for a really long time, and I need louder music now that I don't have another voice. I really, really want to build this, but watch what happens. Okay, so he's a 2-drop 2/1. I love him. If a wizard entering the battlefield under your control causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So I need wizards that have triggered abilities. However, when I go in and put in wizard that just fits with this mono blue deck. 506 results come up. So my issue here is that I've got entirely too many options. And let's read this again. A wizard entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability. So we care about ETBs. And certain things like this one, like Alchemist Apprentice, is a sack ability and not an ETB. So I kind of want stuff like this, like Aether Channeler, because it creates birds, and then or draw a card. This returns to hand. I kind of want to keep it like really cheap, but I don't know. Like, this is great, but I have to rely on playing auras, and I don't know that I will. Draw your second card. I feel like I'm just going to end up going through this, and this is kind of what I didn't want to do, but I don't want to miss anything. That's pretty good. Adding a bunch of colorless is fun. Let's look at wizard and oracle text enters the battlefield. Yeah, let's try that. Only 6? No. See, that's... Okay. Enters battle, return up to one other target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Beginning of your end step. You may play an aura, no. When it enters the battlefield, counter up to one target activated or triggered ability. See, I'm not loving this. I feel like there's gotta be... Alright. Let's go back to wizard. There's gotta be another wording that I could use for this. Enters. I guess maybe I could just put enters. Okay, 148 results, so that's a little bit better. Let's see. What's up? Welcome in. I just finished building Gollum, and now I'm building Naban, because we built Gollum really quickly, so I want to spend a little bit more time building Naban. And Naban cares about wizards and ETB effects. So I have just narrowed my search to wizard type and enters. It doubles the ETB effects. So, let's see. I kind of like Archaeomancer, though I haven't decided what instants or sorceries I'm playing in this yet. But it is a good combo piece, I feel. So, that might be useful. That could be fun. I'm gonna narrow down once I'm done, but let's see. I love a dragon. I don't need to scry though, really. I mean, scrying is fun, but it's not really what the deck does. Dragons do be fun. What's up, Griffin? Welcome in. I need help. I don't usually build blue, especially mono blue. So, and this is like way out of my territory. Like this is specifically wizards and ETBs in blue. So, all right, first of all, anybody who's in chat, what are your favorite blue spells that I must include? Including the obvious, including counterspell and all that. Like what are my must include blues? I also want to include a sapphire medallion, don't let me forget. I know. I never build blue, but this was really, it sounded so good. I love this effect. Like, anytime you play a wizard, ETBs trigger twice. And I like that. So, it's kind of like a free copy a little bit. And I never play copy, but it's funsies, I think. I think this has potential, and I want to build it. Okay. Oh, and I remember I lied a little bit earlier. Not lied, really, because I just didn't remember. But I the first deck I ever built was mono blue because I built around the card Narwhal because the Narwhal is my favorite animal, and I found out that there is a Narwhal card in Magic. So I built around the Narwhal, and Charix was my commander, and it happened to be mono blue. And it was just all aquatic theme. And I thought that I'd never built a mono blue deck since, but I did. I built Fibblethip the Lost. So I have built a mono blue deck, but it was only Fibblethip, and I haven't played it much. It's pretty much a homunculus deck. But I'm not very experienced at building in blue at all. So please. Triska Decaphile is one of my favorites too. That I have to include that. Okay. Because they come up alphabetically, I'm still in the A's. I'm nowhere near Triska Decaphile, so I haven't seen it yet. But it will go in. Once I see it, I'm gonna be like, boom, it's in. Alright. Look at the top 3 cards. Alright. I could put this in. I don't know how many instants and sorceries I'm gonna end up with, but let's see. Okay, I could add that. I love drawing cards, but I don't want to discard 3. That's yucky. Unless, I mean, unless I discard an instant or sorcery, but... Okay. We like drawing cards, and it happens twice, so that's fun. We can do that. Patchwork Banner and Heraldic. Oh, Cryptic Command. Oh my god, I have to put in so much stuff. Okay. Hold on. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna open another Mox Field because I don't want to lose my current search. Where are you? Alright, let's go. Okay, I want to put in Sapphire Medallion. I want to put in Soul Ring. I want to put in Arcane Signet. Cryptic Command. Patchwork Banner. Heraldic Banner. I love those, like, kind of kindred cards. We did put in a Caged Sun earlier. What's that other card that cares about kindred, and it's an artifact? I'm blanking. There's something else. It'll come to me. Obviously, Counterspell, Path of Negation, Naru may have. Okay. I definitely want to start putting in my auto-include lands. Nykthos Shrine to Nyx in a mono deck is a must. I just always include a Rogue's Passage. I feel like it's useful. I almost always include a Reliquary Tower. I always include a Homeward Path, an Arcane Lighthouse. Command Tower, I love that card. I also, don't at me, but I'm a big fan of Temple of the False God. But it depends. If my curve is really low, then it's almost like not super worth putting in because I don't need the extra mana. And because it's a 2-drop commander, if I'm keeping my curve low, I may not need it, but I do like to put it in there. I'm not super familiar building in blue, so I don't really know a lot of, like, the useful blue cards. Like, is there something kind of like a Ganjo or Boseiju, like something useful in blue? Is there? I'm not really super familiar with blue lands. Thank you for reading my article, my ode to Temple of the False God. I love that card, especially in mono decks. Colorless and mono decks, I think it, like, should go in, but not if your curve is super low. And I'm trying to keep my curve pretty low on this, so we'll see. Otawara, that's it. I knew it. I knew there was something. I was like, there's something I'm missing that I want to put in here, and it was Otawara. Yes. Okay. What other lands are we missing in blue that could go in here before we go into just basics to fill up space? Because we're looking at, like, nearly 30 more cards, and then we're, like, halfway built. So we need about 50 more. So I'm going to keep looking at creatures. I'm going to keep looking at wizards. And I love a flash. Oh, she's so cute. Jelly Drover. A jellyfish? Precious. I'm trying to keep the curve low, but it looks like so many of these are so high. I don't have an Aether Channeler in here. Let's... Oh, I do, actually. Haha, just kidding. I lied. Again, I did have an Aether Channeler. I don't know how many artifacts I'm going to end up in here. I guess scrying could be useful, but it's not that. I mean, I'll toss it in. If I take it out, I take it out. like returning stuff to hand. That's fine. Make people pay for it again. I like tapping down stuff. And I love stuff that flies. I feel like people do not prepare for flying evasion enough. Do I want to get into X spells? I kind of like this. It's a little chaotic. What other, do we want to, like, ponder? Do we want, you know, like, what other spells, kind of, like, draw me cards and, you know, cheaply? I want to, cheaply draw cards, and what are those, like, go-to blue cards that I want to toss in here? I'm blanking, and though I know they should be obvious, but I don't play blue enough, and that's kind of what I need help with, you know? Like, I forget about these things. I don't want to discard. I hate discarding. Tap target creature opponent's control. Cloudkin Seer. Oh, it's in there already. Yeah. This is a new one. When this creature enters, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle. I hate vehicles. No thanks. Didn't I add Narumeha? Did it not add? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Silly goose. Azami. Ooh, it's pricey though, but draws cards. I like it, but it's costly. And there's no ETB, which I'm like kind of trying to stick to ETBs because it maximizes, like, it happens twice, but I kind of like this. Gets things back from your graveyard. Gadwick the Wizen. Okay. Kind of like that. That's fine. Draw a card for each creature in control of that type. That's pretty good, except that I'm not creating additional wizards, and it's 6, so I'm not sure. Christmas, welcome in. Good to see you. You may reselect which player. That could be useful, but it's very conditional. All right, we're saying... Blah. Gadwick the Wizened. Stony Brook. Banneret. I've never even heard of that. Island Walk. I do like that. I love a cost reducer. So that's fun. That's why I put Sapphire Medallion there. Okay. That's useful. I love a Dolmen Gate, by the way. Especially if you have low cost, low power toughness creatures. I kind of like that. This is kind of like a little mill action. This is a big kicker. Yes. Blur and Ghostly Flicker. That's fun. Yeah, I definitely need more instants and sorceries. Should I put, like, that blue dragon that rolls the dice? I know it's not a wizard, but it's useful. Or should I put, like, something, you know... I'm gonna need some, like... Panharmonicon, yes. I haven't put Panharmonicon in a deck in such a long time. I, like, forget it even exists. It's crazy. I used to love that card, and I, like, never think of it anymore. Yes, thank you. This is why I need chat, because I'm forgetting. I haven't built in so long, and I've built so much of, like, other synergies that I'm forgetting, you know, my roots. Kind of like this. Master of Waves. I'll check that in a sec. I'm nearly through these. I kind of like this. Search for an instant or sorcery, so that's useful. I could do that twice. This is my favorite blue card ever, Vesuvian Duplimancy. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy, except it's not legendary. But I don't have enough stuff that's targeting one thing. Like if I had like a flicker, then I could copy it. And then Naban doubles the triggers and Vesuvian doubles the triggers. But I would need things like add a 1/1 counter to something, or like the flicker cards, you know? Like, to make Vesuvian work in this, I need more stuff that targets a single thing. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Jamar. Got it. Yeah, I looked at it. It just was like so... expensive that I was like second guessing it. I do like Reflections of Littjara. Yes. Ah, I misspelled it. I do like that. I'm not like a big copy fan, but I love, you know, certain things that that work with the synergy, you know? Like I have friends that just copy any chance they can, and I'm like, it doesn't even work with your engine, but like when it works with the engine, it's the right move for sure. I kind of like this. I could put a Thassa's in there with no combo just for funsies. Though I'm not like drawing enough cards really to do it, but I could, but it seems silly. Sage of Fables. Okay. Tidebinder Mage under the top. And no. There's a lot of search for artifact cards, but I'm not really using a whole lot of artifacts. Though I will be making a deck that does search for artifacts using blue soon enough, but not for this. This could be useful. I could steal a land from somebody and just give them an island. It's so silly. Aetherize. Yeah, I need that. Okay. Sage of Fables. Aetherize. Alright, let's see. We're in the V's. We're almost there. So, with creatures, at least. I kind of like that, because I could do it to 2 people. Alright. We're nearly there with the wizards. Is there anything else that, aside from like the Herald banner and like things like that care about creature types in blue? Okay. We are officially at 54 main, and we still have to put lands in. I haven't thought of any other, aside from Otawara, I don't have any other blue specific lands. Let's see. Creatures you control are the chosen type and additional. Bannership is okay. Banner of Kinship is okay. Ah, Door of Destinies. I love that. Okay. Kind of like Cavern of Souls for this. Coat of Arms could be useful unless other people are playing wizards, but it's doubtful. That's it. Door of Destinies. There it is. At the beginning of your end step if you haven't kissed. No. Herald's Horn. That's another one I was looking for. Myriad Landscape. Kindred Discovery is pretty good. It's a little costly, but it's good. It's a lot of mist form cards. I do love Muda Vault. I just don't need it right now. Thanks for subbing, Evil. Welcome in again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, let's open it again. The extra page. We finished Gollum, and now we're building Naban because we had extra time. We built Gollum really quickly. I haven't cracked packs today. I did attempt to update my title. It might not have worked because I had some technical difficulties, but I was building decks today, and I built Gollum first, which is mono black, and we built it really quickly, so I'm building Naban Wizards now, which is mono blue, and it's a bit out of my comfort zone, so... Dreamscape Artist. Okie dokie. I'm gonna need more sorceries and instants. I feel like 7 in a blue deck is just not enough. So I'm definitely going to need more of those. Portal to Phyrexia. That's a lot. That's probably good. Oh, Roaming Throne. That's fun. That's a fun ad. Raise the Palisade? Okay. I'm just listening to you all because you all know better than me, I'm sure. I don't know very much about blue. I've played blue more than green, that's for sure, but it's been a while since I've dedicated time to blue, especially mono blue. So, I am not up to date with, like, any possible new cards even, like, in the last few sets that are blue specific. That could be good. I kind of love a Stormtide Leviathan. It just does make sense in this deck. I just added Counterspell. I added Counterspell, Pact of Negation. I'm blanking. I added Ponder. I need those like 1-drop spells and the counters in here. Yes, exactly. The 1-mana cantrips. Okay. I have added, we're at 69 main, and we still have to add basic lands. I will probably go in and add a few special blue lands, but in the meantime, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. It's Alt 1. Okay. Well, it looks like we okay. Opt, preordain, sleight of hand. Yeah, I could use some more removal. I'm really creature heavy, so I'm probably gonna lighten that load. I'm happy with my artifacts. I don't have any enchantments. I don't know that I need any. I don't know if I want to like maybe Pongify or something like that. What's the one that turns something into frogs? Imprisoned in the Moon I like. Is it rabid hybridization? No, maybe you're right. I thought it was rabid for some reason. Y'all know better than me. I shouldn't even second guess. He looks rabid, doesn't he? That's the one. It's frogs. All right. I'm super creature heavy. I'm probably gonna reduce some, but we're okay. We have 3 enchantments, 14 artifacts, and I'm fine with that because I love artifacts. I feel like we're still a little light with instants and sorceries. So we have 2 spots left in the deck, and I could go down to 33 lands if I needed to because I do have some cost reducers and some kind of rampy cards, but we'll go ahead and say we have 2 or 3 spots left. I'd like them to be instants or sorceries, unless we're putting in that dragon that rolls the dice. Which isn't a wizard, but still has, like, a use. What do you guys think? I have 2 or 3 spots left. I'd like them to be instants or sorceries. So either something that flickers, something that draws cards, or some removal is what I would be happy with the final 3 pieces. Because I'm at a loss here for something we don't already have. I don't even know, like, what the wording would be. I wish you could somehow, like, narrow these by mana type. Thank you for subbing, Pop. I'm so grateful for you. I appreciate it. I'm trying to start back up. I took a break a bit between the holidays, and I'm trying to, like, set a good schedule. This week I'm going to be doing early access on MTGO, so I'm going to be streaming a bunch this week. And I wanted to get started with deck building so I could play some more. This is draw 2 cards. That's okay, but it costs 3. I kind of, like, want to use Scryfall because... Thank you so much for saying that. I love meeting people. Thank you for stopping me, because sometimes people are like, oh, I saw you, but I didn't stop you. And I'm like, just stop me. I'm never too busy. Really. Like, even when it looks like I'm busy, you know, if you just kind of linger and I see you that you're waiting, I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. You know, like, I'm always happy to talk to people. So I'm grateful that you stopped me and had me sign your playmat. So thank you. I'm appreciative of that. And I'm grateful that you're here. And thank you so much for helping me with this deck, because I do not know what I'm doing with this. All right, let's do draw card instant, and we'll do Commander Blue, search with these options, and then we'll narrow. Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll narrow by mana value. What? And you've been holding out on this information? I need this. paradoxical outcome. Okay. Okay, perfect. Brainstorm's in there, right? Do we have a consider? Do we want to consider in here? Or an opt? Or a peak? I kind of like peak. We have opt. We don't have consider, but we could do either a consider or a peak. I kind of like looking at somebody's hand, knowing what's coming. Read the Ruins could be good. Because you could just sack something and you don't have to discard, but you could draw X cards. Or you can mill somebody for 2 and then just draw a card for nothing. That seems mean, but very beneficial. Illusionist stratagem. Did we pass that? Was that in here? Okay. Oh, that's fun. Because you're blinking, and I like that. Okay. Cool. All right, well, aside from potential future edits and playtesting, it looks like we've built 2 decks today, so that was crazy. In really, really quick time. I will definitely be streaming again this week. I want to try to raid over to somebody. So let's go to dashboard. And let's raid somebody. I would love it if you could hang out in here just for a second so we could raid over to Kuro. Say hello, and then feel free to go about your night. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope to see you again later this week. I will be back. Bye!